Hey, Aman, welcome to You're Gonna Love This, episode 12. I got a lot of numbers wrong in the last podcast. I said it was episode 12.
For every single podcast before this? Or was it?
Just the last one.
Okay.
I didn't start, 1 through 11. 1 through 10 I got right pretty well, and then really went off the rails on the double-digit mark.
Dude, everyone does, especially with, like, learning languages. 1 through 10 is the easiest thing to learn.
He's so easy.
Once you're done with that, it's like, man.
What's your 10 languages that you've learned?
10 languages? Oh, yeah.
Or do you mean, like, learning the numbers?
I was thinking about the numbers, but
Okay.
now I have to commit to this. It's easy to learn 10 languages. Once you get to 11, the toughest thing in the world.
Exactly.
10 languages? I'll go Spanish.
Uh-huh. That's definitely pretty easy.
Pretty easy.
Yeah.
English.
Yeah.
Count that.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do dialects?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
Okay, Rocky Mountain English.
All right.
Baltimorean English.
Okay. We can stop if you want. That's 4. That's pretty good. Do you want to keep going?
Know that I know.
Yeah, we're all aware.
Cool.
Yeah. Welcome everybody to You're Gonna Love This. My guest this week is improviser, comedian, actor. Are those all good words? You like those words?
I like that. I'd like to replace actor with like writer.
Okay, I like that better.
And since my brother's been in town, I'd like to put humanitarian in there somehow.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
He's been doing a lot of service trips and all this stuff, so now I feel guilted into trying to give back.
Sure. Well, that's good. I mean, however you get there, however people get back,
right,
doesn't matter.
Right.
As long as you give them back.
That's a good point.
Aman Giddy is here.
Sweet. Yeah. I'm here. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. So for listeners at home, I already explained it to Aman, but You're Gonna Love This is a show where every week I have a different guest on and I try to write the perfect song for them. And I am a stickler for that word perfect. So far, it's episode 12. I have had 2 people give me perfect ratings and 9 not perfects, which is too high. It's too much. I've actually created a perfection advisory board from a couple of previous guests who gave me very harsh scores in order to go back and readdress those perfects.
Right.
Which will be coming up soon in the podcast. Just be looking out for that.
2 is really good.
It's too good. I don't believe it. I don't think it doesn't. I thank you.
Yeah, that's impressive, man.
Thank you. Oh
boy.
You got someone. It sounded like an alien is texting you.
Yeah. Thanks, Aman, for doing all your humanitarian work.
Oh,
yeah.
Was that an alien?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. I guess they would know. As being humanitarian work is just between humans, so an alien can observe it and just like, I know that's humanitarian.
Anything I do is humanitarian to an alien.
So they're just like complimenting you on working.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Yeah. So.
Let's. I got a segment that I should talk about. So, but yeah, Perfection Board. Watch out for it. Following segment is called You're Gonna Love This, which is also the name of the podcast.
Right.
In this segment, I introduce hopefully the guests and the audience at home to something that they might enjoy. This week is something that probably most people won't enjoy because I came up with it right at the last minute. It's the Yellow Snow Suite by Frank Zappa. This is some real niche music.
Okay.
But it's a lot. Is it a lot of fun? It's a lot of fun for me.
Yeah.
Frank Zappa's a real weird musician.
Okay.
Most people don't. I wouldn't say they don't like him. Yeah, no, that's fair. Most people don't like him.
Yeah.
But he's very like technical and precise in the way that he plays.
Yeah.
And his lyrics are real goofy.
I have a really good buddy from college who got me into a whole lot of sort of niche hipstery. He would never call it hipster.
Sure.
But niche hipstery music, films, like all this avant-garde stuff. And one of the things he loved was Frank Zappa.
Did you get into Frank Zappa when he tried to get you into Frank Zappa?
He never tried to get me into Frank Zappa, so I'm wondering why.
I think it's because the success rate's real low. I don't anticipate this one being, not that I've ever heard back from the listeners on this. I don't know if they have ever followed my advice. And I haven't really heard back from any of the guests either, so I really have not been following up on this one.
Okay.
But if I had been and been keeping track of it, I don't think this one would go well.
Really?
Yeah.
So are you giving me this to go listen to on my own time?
Yeah. We're definitely not gonna like take the time to listen to it right here.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Maybe I should. That's a good idea for a segment, actually.
Yeah. As long as it's not out, like as long as people who with ADD can follow it. It's not like a 18-minute song.
This is a suite. This is 4 songs.
A suite is 4. Okay.
He's Mr. like fancy classical music kind of vocabulary.
Okay, I'll listen to that on my own time.
Yeah, take your time. That's definitely, but maybe like a riff track style listening to a song.
Yeah,
I think I'm as talented as those MST3K guys, right?
Yeah, I think you're way more talented than those guys.
That's very genuine of you to say.
It's true, man. I don't know them. I know you. You're better than them.
Thank you. Yeah. Let's get into the interview segment. Oh, that's the end of You're Gonna Love This segment.
Okay, so Frank Zappa's
Yellow Snow Suite.
Yellow Snow Suite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done. Let's get into the interview segment. So first question, Aman. What's your emotional state like right now? How are you feeling today, last week or so? How have you been?
How have I been?
Yeah.
I've been. I feel well. I feel like that's my content is my natural state.
All right, that's
that
good.
I'll be at most of the time.
And you're pretty much right there right now. It's not a lot of deviation from that.
No, not too much. Not too much not too much deviation. Right. I feel like I found a rhythm here now. So
yeah,
if anything, it's a contented fog. It's a fog of content that
interesting.
I'm in, and I'm fine with being in.
Okay, so it's not you're not necessarily like you're a little bit not trapped in it, but you're kind of in the middle of it.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of it, and I just it's routine.
Mm-hmm.
This is something great to complain about. I'm just happy. I get sick of it. It's every day. I'm just happy.
Right.
Ugh.
Well, if you're happy every day, then it's kind of like that Incredibles thing. Like if everybody's special, nobody is.
Exactly. Very true.
Yeah.
I feel like content in that I can stay like this for a while.
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, that's a
while is kind of a vague term. It could be you don't know when that while is going to end.
Yeah, I don't know when that while is going to end, and I'd have to end it myself.
Right.
Yeah, I'd have to strive for something.
Break out of that fog.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's fine doing what I do every day, but I gotta experience some pain.
Yeah, I can understand that. I think. I feel a little bit like that. I just got a 9-to-5 job. That's it's great to have bills being paid.
Right.
But yeah, I'm it's only been like 3 weeks, so I probably shouldn't already be feeling like malaise and ready to leave.
Right.
And I don't. I like the place, but I do feel content, and there's almost a little bit. It's like it's risky to feel content because you're not feeling the riskiness.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't feel the risk, and you can tell that time can pass really quickly.
Sure, especially in LA. Like people blink and they're 33 and they're just like, what the fuck happened?
Exactly, and the seasons are indistinguishable, and things pass so quickly. I've noticed. I was speaking with someone today, and they're turning 30, and they were talking about wanting to have a kid.
Uh-huh.
And how they don't want to have a kid, but they don't want to blink, turn 40, and realize like they didn't have a kid.
And they can't have a kid or whatever.
It's like an extended. It's weird, like an extended regret, a fear of a regret that's going to happen in the future.
Right.
And it seems like you can be in a state, especially in the communities we're in, of like arrested development.
Sure. Yeah, a lot of man children and women children. I don't know if that's a term, but yeah.
Baby women.
There's a lot of baby women in the improv community
and man boys, all around this community.
Sure,
and that's totally cool. It's something that people who are in office settings wish that they could hold on to.
Right. I mean, yeah, we get to go and like pretend. We get to do what 3-year-olds do.
Yep.
For other people's entertainment.
Yeah, exactly, and it's addictive and it's great.
Yeah.
But in that comes like a shutting yourself off from experiences. At least speaking from my own perspective, shutting myself off from experiences that are happening around the world. Like I've told you, my brother just got into town, and he went to Peru to do like this geographic study. He went to South Africa to do like some service in Ethiopia, and he just came back from 6 months of doing that.
Wow.
And he's telling me what he's up to, and then to receive the question and be like, so what did you do in this past 6 months? And I'm like, man, I started an improv class at IO, and that's going pretty well.
Right.
I'm doing this clubhouse show, and I'm not complaining. I love it.
Oh yeah, every little step feels fantastic.
Yeah, it feels amazing, and it's hard to explain. Like, oh, I've grown in this way.
Right.
Because it's hard to show like benchmarks and be like, oh yeah.
Right. If you tell someone I went from B- to B in my improv, they're not gonna like understand how good that feels.
No, yeah, not at all.
If they're like, well, I was helping people.
Yeah, I started a charitable organization. You're struggling with space work. What's your deal, dude? Yeah, no, it's true. I have nothing to complain about. I'm very happy.
No, but I think there's something I definitely I feel that kind of the feeling where you're not sure if you're actually contributing when you're out here. Like you just feel like you're kind of taking up space and being goofy for people.
Yeah, being really goofy and for the same people,
Right. Yeah, it's for each other.
Yeah, it's for this community.
I mean, hopefully, eventually, for other people,
for a wider audience. Yeah, once we develop our art.
Yeah, I've got like 5 friends who listen to this podcast from home.
Nice.
And then I think everybody else is probably out here wanting to be on it. Maybe not.
No, everybody wants to be. Dude, podcasts are like the. Zach, Zach? Is he on your podcast?
He has not been. Zach Pike of Poor Improv Kids podcast.
Yeah, that's right. He was telling me about how fascinating the podcast world is.
Yeah.
And how, in my mind, it's like, oh, it's oversaturated. But in reality, it only reaches, like, I don't know, 4% of the population right now. And it could reach a lot more, and it's not that oversaturated. And just to have, like, a small, dedicated viewership or listenership means a lot in the podcasting world. And you can do a lot with podcasts.
I remember I need about another 1,000 times what I'm getting right now, I think. But I think Scott Aukerman, I heard him talking once, Comedy Bang Bang. If you don't know, I don't know how you don't know.
Mm-hmm. Now you know.
Now you know.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about, I think, 30,000 monthly listeners is like, you can be making money if you have that much, which is, it's a lot.
That is a lot, yeah. But on a YouTube, that's not a lot.
No, and it's reachable. You just got to get that like little spark moment. Right now, I'm just spinning the engine, hoping something sparks, and
Yeah, I think what's good is like you're creating a backlog for when the spark will happen.
Exactly.
Where people will be excited and be like, oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
What, you got Edgar Aman Placer on here? I ruined his name on purpose.
You did.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, they're on a team together. They're friends. Friends? Would you say?
Currently, we're beefing over some really silly matters that it's all on his end.
Sure.
I'm just waiting for him to grow up.
Yeah.
And it's a lot to ask for in this community where people are in a state of arrested development.
It's true.
It's even more so with Edgar Mom plus Amir.
He gets agitated real quick, and I think a lot of times it's at things that deserve agitation.
Yeah.
Not all the time.
No, yeah. He's got the shotgun approach to agitation.
Yeah, he gave me real good advice when he came on this podcast, though.
Did he really?
Yeah, he was the 2 episodes after him were the perfects.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he gave me, it was just basically either write a funny song or don't write a funny song. Stop halfway writing a serious song and then writing a funny song halfway through.
Whoa, okay.
Which,
was that after you delivered his song?
Yeah, and he didn't like it.
Okay.
And which is fine. A lot of people haven't. Not a lot of people. Some people have not liked the songs I've played them.
Right.
Totally fine. That's
okay.
I'm writing a song in 10 minutes. I barely know some of the people.
Right.
What am I gonna do? If they don't like it, that's fine.
It's tough. I wouldn't want to do that. That sounds awful.
But it's how it's like we're saying these little steps.
Exactly.
You know,
little itty bitty steps, and you don't realize what step's going to. I want to make a house of cards analogy, something with dominoes. You don't know the step that's gonna make everything fall into place.
Right. I don't think that analogy worked, but I agree with the sentiment pretty heavily.
Well, you didn't have to diss my
I'm sorry.
Because I'm your guest. I'm your guest.
You're right. That was a spot-on analogy. I can picture the image in my head clearly, exactly what you're talking about. It's like a movie scene.
Okay, just edit the part where you said you didn't like it.
Yeah. Make sure to get that
for
out.
real. Make sure. Should you take a note of it or something?
Okay. Yeah. I'll make a note real quick. So, Aman.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have some other questions. Oh, what do you feel? Let's talk about music. Fuck.
Cool.
It's been 17 minutes. I haven't talked to you about music yet.
How long does it run usually?
We do about 25 minutes of the opening part, so I got some time. But I like to hold myself to it because then if I don't get what I need out of it, it's my fault.
Okay, I get that. I'm sorry. I'm sidetracking you.
My fault. Remember, I just said it.
That's a good point. It's your fault.
Yep. What kind of music do you like? What have you been listening to recently?
Oh, buddy, I've been going through, and this has been a long process. I've been going through the Rolling Stones top 100 albums.
Okay.
And I'm trying to listen to one album per couple weeks.
Wow. That's pretty good.
I feel so musically illiterate that for so long all I'd listened to was just top 40 hip hop and recently electronic dance music. And so
not the most literate musically spanning genres of all time.
Well, hip hop is surprising.
So hip hop does get a lot. It goes back into the soul and the R&B stuff so much, and a lot of rock stuff too. There's that Led Zeppelin song "When the Levee Breaks" that has that like huge booming like. Oh. It's got this like drum thing that they recorded. Like at the bottom of a staircase and had the microphones at the top of the staircase.
No way.
And so it's just like huge sounding.
Nice.
And that comes up a lot on big hip hop tracks.
True.
Yeah.
I was thinking the Doors, the opening to whatever that song is with Jay-Z. Jay-Z took like a part of that Doors song.
I know what you're talking about.
Like, come on.
Can't remember it, but yeah, it happens. Kanye takes from stuff from everywhere.
A lot of different things. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's some of these Rolling Stones albums you've been listening to?
Oh man,
you've been digging?
Addicted to this Pet Sounds, the Beach Boys.
Oh man, yeah.
Before Pet Sounds, I thought the Beach Boys were simply a joke from Rush Hour.
Yeah, dumb band.
Yeah. Just the Bananagrams, or I don't know, something to do with the bird is the word. That's what I thought was the Beach Boys.
Sure.
But now I'm like, whoa,
magical. The melodies are just like Good Vibrations. That's a great song.
My favorite line of all time from one of those songs is this is gonna make me look bad because I can't even remember it's something about like if I could be big in the eyes of the world, or something like I could be big in the eyes of the world, but what matters to me is what I could be to just one girl.
Oh, that's great.
It's just like, that hit hard. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
Yeah,
okay. Man. That's going to be difficult for me to replicate because that's a lot of multiple layered singing
just do it. Just
harmonies.
Do it. Yeah, no, just do it.
Don't know if you know the limits of the human body, but I mean, there's tooth and throat singing, which I've actually mentioned on this podcast before, which is like, it's this weird, like, not that weird makes it sound like I'm dissing on it. It's the most fucking amazing thing in the world. This Tibetan tribe that has the ability, Mongolian, I believe, actually, they can sing multiple pitches at the same time. So they can sing, they can like harmonize with themselves.
Yeah.
Like you're asking me to do. I don't have that ability.
Well, Don't tell me about what you can't do.
Okay.
Tell me about what you can.
Let's try to get to another. We got to get to another album because I cannot do. Like I love them too much. It's too intricate. I can't do it in 10 minutes. I'm just going to admit it. I think this is the first time I've just backed down from a challenge on the podcast.
No way. Okay.
When I hear a band that I know, I try to jump at it because I don't know if I'm going to hear another one.
Right.
But you told me I'm listening to the top 100 Rolling Stones album, so I feel like I'm going to...
I've got a couple, yeah.
Yeah, what else you got?
Stevie Wonder.
Okay. Definitely not going to be able to sing like Stevie.
I'm just thinking now who in this top 100 can you emulate in 10 minutes?
Stevie, if I had 7 years, I wouldn't be able to emulate him.
He's amazing.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
It's so ridiculous. And there's so many just... Did he write his own songs?
Yeah, he wrote a lot of his own songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That was... It's just so impressive. It's impressive. I feel like a dumb... just saying what's in the top 100 albums of all time, like they're new.
But it's I get that, but that's the way of the world now. It's like everything's available all the time.
Yeah, you're right.
Everybody's just discovering something that everybody else has already been listening to. So
that's good point. Good point. It's funny listening to these old songs and even some classical songs and just going, oh, this is from that Clorox commercial,
right?
And thinking like, oh, they ripped off that Clorox commercial.
Yeah, I remember I was thinking that earlier. I was listening to the song, it's Claire de Lune. It's the song that they play over the fountain at the end of Ocean's 11.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like the da 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 da. I'm not gonna do all of it.
Right.
And somebody in the room was like, "That's from Ocean's 11." I'm like, "No, it's from Debussy."
I want to be. I'm gonna be that guy.
Good.
This is from a Kanye song.
That's a Steely Dan song that amazing. I think is the song. Did you realize you are a champion in their eyes?
Oh no way. Is that Steely Dan?
That's Steely Dan. Yeah, probably in the top 100.
Right.
Okay. Let's. I got like 2 more minutes. I got to get to a band that I think I can imitate.
Sure. How about Carole King?
Ooh, not gonna happen.
Okay. What the Beatles?
Okay, I could attempt a Beatles song. That's doable. Those are like nice. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to write a better song than any of the Beatles songs.
Well, give it a shot.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
I guess I'm already more talented than the Mystery Science Theater 3000 guys. So
you could do better than them. So
I'm probably better at music than John Lennon and Paul McCartney, right?
The benefit that you have is that you know what they have. You know about their music.
Yeah.
So now you can just all you have to do is improve on their music.
Right.
And you're already ahead.
I just got to make like a song that's better than Let It Be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. A remix that's better than Let It Be.
Okay.
You could do a remix of...
I've yet to do any like cover / remix style songs on this podcast.
It'd be cool.
I don't know how to do a remix like where you're just playing an acoustic guitar though.
Adam, you're giving me a lot of can'ts and don'ts and I don't know.
Okay, so what are you saying? If I'm laying this out clearly, the challenge that you've given me is, would it be a perfect song for you right now if I played you a song that was better than a Beatles song?
Yes.
That was better than a Beatles, or does it have to be a remix of a Beatles song?
It would be a perfect song if you played me a remix of a Beatles song.
Fuck. It's like you can't go once your guest says that, like that's all I'm trying to do, so I can't say no to that. All right, remixing a Beatles song is going to be my challenge. Got to think of a Beatles song, and then I got to think of how one remixes
in a way that makes it better.
Sure, yeah, definitely it's gonna be better, and it's gonna be different,
right.
For sure.
Just find the flaws in a Beatles song.
Right, that's where I gotta look for the cracks in the armor of Beatles.
Exactly.
So could I just do like a shitty Beatles song and make a better version of that shitty Beatles song, or does it have to be a good Beatles song?
I'd have to know what the song is.
Okay, not going with Piggies then, but
I don't know that one.
It's a real bad song.
Okay, that sounds...
widely considered probably the worst Beatles song ever written.
Is it really?
It's real dumb and real bad. Can you see the little piggies rolling in the dirt? Is one of the lines.
That sounds pretty rough.
It's like it's supposed to be satire. It's bad. All right, I think I don't think I'm gonna be successful, but I have my instructions, so I think
say you're gonna be successful and you'll be it.
I'm gonna be successful.
There it is.
Aman, it's now time for you to leave me, but before you do, I have one question for you.
Sure.
Have you ever heard the song Cars by Gary Newman?
No.
Okay, well, you're in luck because you're going to hear it 3 times in a row, because that's my timer for how long I have to write.
Okay.
And also kind of like a palate cleanser for you so that you come out of it like wanting to hear my song.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, so I'm assuming this is going to be a terrible song.
You know, you'll find out.
Perfect, cool.
And let everybody know when we come back with You're Gonna Love This. Algorithm. 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 Amen.
I call to order the 321st meeting of the Council of Watchers, Keepers of the Great One, servants of the Almighty Algorithm.
Amen.
Men,
Yes.
I must ask you something as followers of Algorithm.
Amen. Of course.
What is your current blade situation?
You mean what? What do you mean by blade situation?
I have come into a business opportunity.
Oh no!
I'm listening.
Is this about selling? Okay, we're trying to sell his knives.
Let him do his pitch.
All right.
Men, there is no better way to protect yourself than with a strong blade. And no blade is trusted by more Americans than the blade produced by Cutco Knives.
Okay. That's a strong pitch.
That's the whole pitch. The whole pitch is that most Americans trust Cutco knives.
The highest volume of sales in America of fine blades.
How do you define fine blades?
Sir, do you have a penny in your pocket, John?
Yes, of course. I've got dozens. Here, you can have one.
We'll not talk about your penny situation later.
Whoa.
If you look at the penny, nearly half of it has been cut.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your blade is real screwed up now. That blade is not looking good.
Why would I want that? Why would I want to be able to cut a penny with my kitchen knife?
Listen, Algorithm has asked us to do three things. One, subscribe to You're Going to Love This podcast. 2, comment and share You're Going to Love This podcast on Facebook. And 3, think about your current life situation.
Wait. Yesterday, you came in here with a whole bunch of Tupperware and said that Algorithm, as the third commandment, wanted us to think about our current food storage situation.
And we both bought a lot of Tupperware.
I have so much more Tupperware than food.
I don't need this much Tupperware.
But Algorithm said that we had to do it.
So now you're saying that Algorithm wants us to also buy these knives.
I'm just reading the signals passed into me by Algorithm.
Did Algorithm give you these signals after you tried to sell the knives just to whoever?
Algorithm
Amen.
knows that the ones you trust most are the ones who you should trust with the finest blades. These are not blades that I would give to any man.
You're not giving them to anybody. You're trying to sell them to us.
Also, this is just too many knives. I only ever used one knife.
Right, you've brought so many knives with you into this cave.
Please buy a knife.
How out are you on these knives, Benny?
I have $5,000.
Oh, no, Benny. Benny, that's too much money into knives.
Blades.
Blades.
Blades is the term I'm using.
All right. It feels like you're going way off script on the normal sales pitch. I mean, I appreciate that you're catering to us, but I don't know.
Right. I'm just going to end the meeting before we get too far into the meeting adjourned.
Algorithm. I'll buy 10. Algorithm.
Thank you.
Algorithm. Gotta cut these pennies up.
What?
Amen.
How was it?
It's good. Welcome back.
Thank you.
To You're Gonna Love This. Aman, how did you enjoy your Cars break?
I felt like I was in the worst kind of John Hughes movie.
Okay, for like the whole time.
Yeah, like I was in a montage scene of them just driving down like 3 blocks.
Mm-hmm, but it just
Really?
took 11 minutes.
Yeah, it
for
just took
them to do
11 minutes. Or a movie that he didn't direct, but he kind of wrote, so they're trying to... it was not... Yeah.
That's... Yeah, I'm...
tough.
Well, but that being said, I bet you're pretty excited to hear my song now, right?
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll just get right to it. Did you hear much from in there? Could you hear any snippets of what I was playing, or did you do a good did the headphones do a good
Cars, yeah, they drowned it out. It drowned it out.
Sure. And you
Couldn't
kind of
hear
your
it.
ears were ringing for a little bit when you came out too,
Yeah.
so you know
Yeah.
it's all right. Good.
Everything's fresh.
Sweet. And then here we go.
Okay.
Ah, look at all the happy people. Ah, look at all the happy people. Eleanor Rigby gets a good cake from her friends because they aren't mean. Lives in a dream, eats at the window, wearing a shirt from the tour of 74. Who is it for? All the happy people. Where do they all come from? All the happy people. They all belong. Eleanor Rigby is super happy. She's never even very sad. Just like her dad. Speaking of him, they went on vacation to Portland to visit her aunts. Buttered croissants, all the happy people. Where do they all come from? All the happy people. They all belong. Ah, look at all the happy people. Ah, look at all the happy people. Ooh. A lot of intensity on that one.
Yeah, man, that was very impressive.
Thank you.
I'm not.
I will admit,
Sincerely.
I will admit that was not without assistance. I went online to look up the chords to make sure that I remembered them.
Okay.
So previously I've not went on the internet to say, hey, what are some good chords for this song? But because
Right.
I was doing a Beatles song, I thought it was kind of appropriate. I feel a
it's
little
fitting.
guilty about it, but if you're okay with it, then I'm okay.
Dude,
you're
it's
okay.
totally fine. Like
right.
I have no ear for. It sounded like Eleanor Rigby enough. Like it didn't have to be perfectly. The chords didn't have to be perfect. So I thought that just the remix in terms of the lyrics was very. impressive.
So I hit you on the. I got to the remix that you were looking for.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
and I'm so impressed that was the song that you chose because the last karaoke I did, that was the song I sang.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I just started listening to him and I was like, this is such a beautiful song. but I didn't realize until I was singing it how sad it was.
It's like the saddest song.
Super sad, super depressing. But
Totally.
love the spin you put on it.
All right, good.
Big, I like it. I think you should. Take more time to emulate each of the lyrics and then just post it up.
I
Post
could
it
do
somewhere,
it,
man.
Yeah, for the first 10 I did I put them up on SoundCloud as like individual songs, and it made me very nervous because I don't think of myself as a songwriter, even despite the fact that I'm doing this podcast makes it seem kind of clear that but yeah, it's never been like my identity, or it's never been how I've identified, at least. So it made me anxious to do it.
Right.
But I think the more I'm doing it, the more comfortable I get, and the more I think it's I'm okay at it.
No, dude, you're fine at it. You're good at it. Just
you.
like it, especially nowadays with how oversaturated. I think mostly when it comes to hip hop, and I'm sure it's the same in any genre.
Yeah.
How anyone can post any song they make.
Right.
And that. There's no quality control. No one's going to be like, "Hey, you're not a songwriter. Take that off."
Yeah, the only quality control is you telling yourself that you can't do it.
That's all it is, man. And that's the case in that's the bigger case in everything.
For sure.
Don't you think? It's
just... Now Aman,
okay.
I did ask you I tried to write you the perfect song.
Right.
I think I've been in the past just asked the question, was that perfect? I think right now I just want to re-clarify.
Okay.
Perfect means like every inch of it was exactly what you wanted to hear, you know? Like,
right.
And it was like hit you right in the chest right now.
Right.
Did I do that?
Ooh, okay.
Can you find a fault?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
But the fault is when I try to criticize, I think about, could I have done it? And I couldn't have made that song, so I can't really criticize. The only fault that I see is that you didn't do the whole song.
Okay, that's fair though.
Right. And actually also, if I can like be nitpicky.
Sure, be nitpicky. That's the whole point.
Picking the
chords, using the chords. Yeah.
Makes it
it would have been perfect if I could just conjure a song up that was a perfect like remix.
Oh, no. I don't have any problem with you looking up the chords.
Okay.
I'm just thinking the chords create like a sense of, oh, this is going to be a bummer song.
So it would have been nice if I could have changed that up too.
If it was changed like somewhat.
Yeah.
But in the end, I think that's what a remix is. You're taking the chords and the song that is given to you, and you're making it your own.
You know what though? Yeah. It's your challenge for me to fill, and if what I did not perfectly fit what you wanted, I didn't make you a perfect song.
Oh God, no! That fit. It fit.
You can't. No, I don't. That sounds like you're just taking it back. It sounds like you've given me criticism.
Back because I'm thinking like, man, you spent time in the studio doing this. You literally spent 3 times of me listening to that horrible car song.
That doesn't matter
before you made it. So
no, it's not perfect for the amount of time I wrote it. It's perfect, period. And
God, perfect, period. There's no such thing. It's all relative.
Exactly. That's the point. And I don't want to. That's why I've gotten a little upset about my previous guests who give me perfects.
Right.
Is because it is a word that means a lot. I think it's if you can find I want for when a truly perfect song emerges
for it to be
without question. I don't care if every episode is no perfects.
Because you're chipping away.
Yeah, and I don't mean to fight you on this. I do mean to fight you on it, but I think I went into this trying to create a task that was nearly impossible.
Exactly.
And to be batting 250 going in 12 episodes, which is better than like major league average. I don't like it. It doesn't feel right to me. I don't think that maybe it's just I don't think I'm good enough for it yet. Like I want to keep getting better.
I think that's it. It's you trying to define perfection in terms of another person's preferences that you barely know and you've talked to for a little bit.
Yeah, and maybe it's maybe I should just accept them. That would be one podcast.
Right.
my podcast is me fighting my guests whenever they try to give me a perfect song.
Good. Okay.
Hey. Okay, I'm going to ask you again.
Okay.
Was it perfect?
You just told me you were going to fight me. So I told you it was perfect.
Not physically. I feel like I've been fighting you.
No. It was. Can I? Okay.
You could you can love it. You can you're gonna love this. You can love it
Okay.
and have it not be perfect. A lot of we love everything we love isn't perfect. Our parents aren't perfect, right? Like our family's not perfect.
Yeah, that's true. But the love you give it is perfect, right? So
yeah,
you're not looking for someone that's you're not looking for something that has no flaws. You're looking to love everything.
Did you love all the flaws that I had though? Did you love all the flaws of the song? You said you didn't like the shortness.
If it was up to me,
yeah.
and you had time to work on this song,
mm-hmm.
I would love to, because Eleanor Rigby has sort of a story.
Yeah.
Right?
So it would have been nice to follow the story through.
Different stories.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have loved to see how that, just like Eleanor Rigby,
right?
Just map it on top of that, except make it happy.
Yeah.
And fun. You did for the first part, so that was great.
And yeah, then I ran out of time.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is... I've given myself this constraint.
You've created the design. You've created the flaw.
I can't.
Created the structure.
Yeah, if I can't within that maybe what I find out is after 100 episodes, it's not possible to write a perfect song within 10 minutes.
Within 10 minutes.
Man, that's okay. I think that's a good lesson to learn. Work harder.
Work harder? No, that's not the lesson. I think you're missing the lesson. No, I think you're just making it impossible for yourself.
Well, yeah, work for a little longer. Don't give yourself these weird constraints. Just write a song.
Right, yeah, but then at the same time, it's like if you were to give yourself as much time in the world, you'd never come up with anything.
Which is, excuse me, that was a little musical fart.
That was the guitar agreeing with me.
Yeah, but it's I think part of why I did this podcast, I have never written 12 songs in 12 weeks before.
That's really impressive.
Yeah,
yeah, no, that's cool.
So it kicks you in the butt when you're like, you got 10 minutes to write a goddamn song, you asshole. Start writing.
Could you make a version of this except make it for screenwriting?
write a script in 10 minutes?
Yeah, write a whole full script, or force the other person to do what they've been wanting to do.
Right.
Just force them to do their best version in 10 minutes.
That sounds like a fun podcast also.
I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, maybe you could start that podcast. Maybe this podcast is me forcing you to start that podcast.
This is deep. It just got heavy.
It got serious. I think we've left the issue a little bit up in the air, and we're getting towards the end of the podcast. So
okay.
I'm going to no longer contest what you say.
Okay.
You have final word.
Okay.
Was that a perfect song or not?
I loved the song. I think, for your sake, I'm going to say it wasn't perfect.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, okay. It makes me way more comfortable to tell for somebody to tell me, because if you made something and somebody was like, that was perfect, that'd feel a little weird, right?
Yeah, no. When I've done shows where someone just comes up and goes, "Oh my God, that was so great. That was so," and you just feel so uncomfortable.
Yeah,
it's just
because you see the flaws.
Yeah,
in it.
you know what you want to do and what you want to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't what you wanted.
Right, but there's always, you always gotta stop doing something at some point. Just with improv, it's you just do it. So
true.
You just know in your head I could have done another thing.
Right.
With this, it's if I had just that extra whatever, or if I had thought of the other thing, there's a little bit more time for me to create.
Right.
10 minutes more than just do it immediately. But
right.
I don't know what the point was I was gonna make with that. I've trailed off.
I think it's about loving the process, and you love this, forcing yourself to do something.
Yeah, it's fun
in this short period of time.
I do like it.
Yeah, the only fear that I have for your own safety, your own mental health, is that maybe you're too worried about what your guest thinks about the thing. Yeah,
I mean, it is. That's an interesting part of it, is that I'm I have to worry about what my guests think because I'm trying to make them the perfect song.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe what I find out eventually, I'm not saying I don't think I'm there yet, but even from the start of the podcast, I was going way more okay, what do you want? Okay, I can do that.
Right.
Kind of relaxing and just being no, I can write a good song.
Yeah.
I'll write a song and maybe they'll like it, but the only chance I'm gonna have at writing a perfect song
mm-hmm.
is if it comes from me more than it comes from me reacting to somebody else, I think.
Exactly. I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this has been a great podcast.
Dude, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
This is great.
let's do some plugs real quick. You've got a couple teams that you're on that you perform with. Yeah.
You know what I just realized when I was in the bathroom listening to that god awful music for a long time?
What was that?
Was that I kind of pooped on one of my teammates earlier.
A little bit, and you want to take it back?
And I just want to say that was a bit because it can get misconstrued.
Sure.
And
you don't want to
podcasts are eternal, so it's not like I never want to put any kind of negativity out there.
Sure, and if you had if people will gossip about the beef, it's like that's all they want to talk about.
It's going to be on TMZ. I don't want that.
Yeah,
I don't want any of that stuff.
Edgar, from Aman, from me, it's all love. If you've decided to beef with us from in between hearing that and now, I guess we're beefing. So that's fine. That's not a bit. That's if that's actually happening.
That's
okay.
True. Yeah. He is a petty MFer. I will say that he is petty. I do not like him.
Right.
But for the sake of this podcast, I love that guy.
Totally.
I love him.
And what's the team that you guys are on together?
We're on a team called Arcade Currency.
Yeah.
We have a Facebook and where we have our schedule and where we do shows.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to get into sketch now and slowly gonna do more sketch shows.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I love playing with these guys.
I will say it. I've said it before. I think I said it on Edgar's episode, and I'll say it every time I have an Arcade Currency member on here. Y'all are my favorite indie team. It's
so nice, man. Thank you.
You guys doing good shows is what got you there. It's not,
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
man. I really do. It's we're always trying to get better too. It's the same thing that you're dealing with on the show. It's the same thing we're trying to figure out. How do we define greatness in this art that is temporary and literally on the fly trying to figure things out.
Right. And I mean, with this, I'm not throwing it away. I think I want to keep going with these and see what happens, but I mean, to a certain degree, I am kind of I don't really care if they're good for people outside of this podcast. It would be nice, but
right.
It's for you. It's mostly for you. That's who I really care about.
Right.
It's the person that's right here.
That's true. It means the most to me because all that I've told you.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that compliment, and I think this is an awesome show. I think it's gonna be really cool. I can't wait to hear the other episodes.
Oh, I'm glad.
Keep it up.
Thank you, man. And you have another team that you just got on.
Oh yeah, I just got on a mess hall team.
Oh, that's exciting.
UCB. We perform, I think, every other week. The name is Stilo, which is a cool word.
It is a cool word.
And it's exciting. We've started practicing now, and I think we're gonna have a fun bunch of shows.
I'm excited for you.
Thanks, dude.
I was at the first show. It was great. Go to more of them.
You're too nice. Yeah, it was. We're getting better. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always trying to get better.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
Right.
Let's see. Do I have anything to plug? Not really. Go to facebook.com/dadjokescomedy if you want to check out my improv team. Mm-hmm. I have not been performing with them very much recently. I'm going to try to do that more because I should, because they're great people and I like being around them.
Every person on the team.
Yeah.
Spectacular. Like a great human being. You're a team filled with really nice people.
Yeah. And you don't want to lose those people. It's easy to lose those people here, and
Very true.
It's got to keep on with the good friends. Like I think maybe we might be becoming.
I'm feeling it now. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, God, this has been a great episode. Thanks for coming on, Aman.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. I'm loving it.
Oh, well, with that small bit of physical humor where Aman dropped my pick, we will end the episode. Bye.